still have no idea how to communicate a single feeling.
Not one. Not even a little.
I'm Pixie, and nothing brings me joy quite like watching a grown man dominate his sport and completely fumble his love life.
And I'm No-No, here for the realization moment where he thinks, oh no, I'm in love, and I don't know how this happened.
This is Heat Between the Sheets, where hockey players, basketball stars, and baseball men all share one universal struggle: emotional vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. Their locker rooms, rivalries, superstitions, and more team bonding than HR would ever allow.
But somehow, between practices, press conferences, and terrible first impressions, they figure it out.
Eventually, after making several questionable choices.
So welcome to a series that proves winning championships is impressive, but learning how to love without being an idiot? That's the real sport.
For real. Before we dive into athletes with egos, locker rooms, and way too much sexual tension,
we need to run the playbook on a quick warning. This show is for entertainment purposes only, is strictly 18 and older, and yes, there will be spoilers in this episode.
We'll be talking sports romance tropes, relationship drama, and characters who blur professional boundaries.
Triggers were listed at the start, and you can always find the full list at hbtspodcast.com.
This one's fun, messy, and still very much not innocent.
If you can't handle the heat, don't meet the qualifications, or don't want spoilers,
here's your chance to tap out before we hit the sauna or get tossed straight into the ice bath.
You betcha. I'm gonna screw this up one day. Still in the game.
Perfect. You've been warned. Expect banter, feelings, and elite book boyfriend energy.
Don't forget to like, follow us on social media, subscribe to our channels, and share.
Every time. That's why you can't do that part anymore. You gotta sing it.
I do. I really get excited.
Okay.
Share.
Please share. Stop singing it. Share.
It's fun when I sing it. I mean, I suck at singing, but whatever. It's fun.
Yeah?
All right, so that brings us to our ever famous
Did You Know?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see you pick for this one. For 5 books. Let's see.
I know. We're covering 5 books today.
I can't wait to read all these.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot, but they were great.
Yeah.
Did you know that Chicago didn't earn the nickname the Windy City because of the weather, but because of politicians full of hot air?
Really?
Yeah, which honestly tracks because Chicago has opinions, loud ones, and absolutely no interest in pretending otherwise. This is a city that thrives on attitude, loyalty, and yelling at televisions like the players can hear you.
Well, they can.
Oh.
It's called couch coaching.
Oh, my bad.
They can hear you.
Chicago sports culture is not casual. It is ritualistic. Fans are wildly superstitious. We're talking don't move seats. Don't say the word win, and wear the same hoodie even though it smells like despair.
Well, that's everywhere. I do that too.
Levels of commitment. People genuinely believe that changing socks mid-game can alter the outcome. And honestly, after, I was like, what does it say? Eyes crossed. After decades of heartbreak, who are we to argue with the science we don't understand?
It's the truth. No, I believe this wholeheartedly. I do.
You sports nuts.
You would be surprised at the rituals I have. Yeah.
This is a city that endured the Cubs curse, lived through championship droughts, that built character and rage, and still shows up every season like, this could be the year. Chicago fans are loyal to a fault. They will defend their teams, their city, and their people with unhinged devotion, even while openly complaining the entire time. Loving something here means suffering for it first. And that energy bleeds straight into relationships. Chicago love isn't soft or subtle. It's protective, stubborn, and ride or die. This is the kind of city where if someone commits to you, they're in. Maybe that's where you need to move.
Really?
Yeah. They'll show up in bad weather, bad moods, and bad seasons.
Okay, let's go.
They'll complain, they'll yell, they'll question every life choice, but they will not leave. That's maybe not move there.
I can't do the Bears. Sorry.
So when romance unfolds in the Windy City, it comes with grit, superstition, and emotional resilience. It's the kind of love that says, I'll freeze, suffer, and emotionally spiral with you, but don't you dare jinx this by saying it out loud. Because in Chicago, hope is dangerous. But we keep believing anyway. And did you know Liz Tomforde is from Northern California?
Is she really?
Yeah. Just an additional piece of did you know?
I thought maybe she'd be Chicago, yeah.
She is not.
Okay. Maybe she wants to be a Chicagoan.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a NorCal girl, just like us.
Stop dreaming of that weird spot then.
All right, girl, tell us about today's book series.
All right, this is the Windy City series, book 1 through 5 by Liz Tomforde. So, book 1, Mile High. Evan Zanders is Chicago hockey's favorite player to hate, cocky, unapologetic, and completely comfortable living in the penalty box and in the tabloids.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Shea, the new flight attendant on the team's private plane, is unimpressed and completely unwilling to play along with his ego. What starts as mutual irritation turns into something far more tempting as road trips blur boundaries and banter turns into chemistry neither of them planned for. Stevie has sworn off athletes and Xander hates being challenged. But neither can ignore the tension building at 30,000 feet. Mile High is a slow burn enemies to lovers sports romance driven by forced proximity, sharp banter, and the kind of attention that refuses to stay grounded. That's book 1. Book 2.
Love it.
The Right Move. Indy Ivers is rebuilding her life after heartbreak. Focused on independence and healing, not romance. Ryan Shea, the Chicago Devils star basketball player, is disciplined, reserved, and allergic to emotional risk. When circumstances push them into a fake dating arrangement, lines blur between what's real and what's pretend. The Right Move is a friends to lovers story filled with quiet devotion, emotional growth, and the kind of love that feels safe without ever being boring. Word. Okay, word to your mom. Okay. 3. Caught Up. Kai Rhodes is a single dad and Chicago's star pitcher who insists on doing everything himself, and he's Pixie's favorite, including pushing away anyone who tries to help. After firing one nanny too many, his coach steps in and hires the one person Kai cannot fire, his daughter, Miller Montgomery. Miller is a celebrated pastry chef on the brink of burnout, taking a temporary nanny job in Chicago to reset before moving on. What neither of them expects is how quickly Miller becomes part of Kai's world and his son's. As summer winds down, feelings deepen, and Miller's habit of running clashes with Kai's need for stability. Caught Up is a tender, feel-good romance about single parenthood, found family, and realizing some things are worth staying for. Book 4, Play Along. Kennedy Kay is fiercely independent and done letting people underestimate her. Isaiah Rose, a professional athlete with a reputation for charm and confidence, finds himself unexpectedly challenged by a woman who refuses to be impressed. The banter is sharp, their chemistry undeniable, and their emotional walls stubbornly intact. Play Along is a witty, emotionally layered romance about letting go of control, choosing vulnerability, and realizing that love doesn't weaken you, it expands you. All right, book 5, here it is. Rewind it back. Rio DeLuca has always lived with one foot in the past, haunted by regrets and never resolved. Haley Hart. Okay, here's the thing. Are you saying Haley, Hallie, Holly?
Oh,
Yeah.
I looked it up.
Okay, what is it?
Hallie.
Hallie. We'll go with Hallie. Okay.
And we'll talk about that in a minute when
Okay.
you're done reading.
Hallie, we'll go with Hallie Hart, is determined to move forward even when unresolved history pulls her back. When their paths cross again, old wounds resurface alongside feelings that never truly faded. Rewinded Back is a deeply emotional second chance romance about forgiveness, growth, and discovering whether love can survive when time has already tested it once. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so on that note with that name,
Okay.
her character comes into play in book 5.
Yeah.
Right? And so in these books, the chapters are titled based on whichever character is POV, right?
Okay.
So when her chapter came up and her name was there, this was my face. I went,
This is the bane of your existence, this
literally,
name. Yeah.
because if you all watched the episode about names, which I think was episode 2 for us, we talked about names. I struggled really hard with that particular name in the book Descent by Sam Mariano, where I literally have read that book a million times back and forth and struggled with it. And I never did bother to look up how to say it. Well, I said, oh, no.
Not today, Satan.
I'm going to look it up. And it is pronounced Hallie.
Hallie, okay.
And I was like, okay, now I can move on with my life.
Yeah, good.
And I did that like the first time we encountered it. I'm like, that's what we're doing. And now I know the next time I read Descent by Sam Mariano, I'm going to call her Hallie.
Okay.
So I'm good. So that Hallie, at least in this book, and every time I see it, it's going to be Hallie. So if that is your name and it is not pronounced Hallie, I suggest you email us and let us know how to say it otherwise, because that is how I'm going to say it.
And I still don't care.
We know you don't care, fucker. Okay, main characters. Now this is just the list of all the main characters that we encounter in books 1 through 5, basically in order.
Okay.
Evan Zanders, hockey's resident menace with a mouth that runs faster than his skates. Arrogant, infuriating, and secretly soft in ways that absolutely ruin his reputation.
I love him.
Stevie V. Shea. Smart, guarded, and chronically underestimated. She's sunshine with boundaries, competence with backbone, and has zero patience for grown men who act like toddlers on ice, and Ryan's twin sister.
Uh-huh.
If I screw any of this up, let me know.
Okay.
This was a lot of books.
It was.
Ryan Shea. Disciplined, controlled, and emotionally locked down tighter than his defensive players. A man who thrives on routine until feelings ruin everything in the best way, but very protective of his twin sister, Stevie. Indigo, Indy Ivers. Quietly resilient with a spine of steel, she's healing, self-aware, and allergic to drama, which somehow makes her the emotional center of the room. She cries a lot.
Cries all the time. I love her.
Kai, Daddy.
Oh, God. Malachi. Kai, Daddy, Rose.
Single dad first, baseball star second. Protective, steady, and so emotionally mature it almost feels unfair. Green flags in human form.
Yeah, for real.
Millie, Mills, Montgomery. Privileged on paper, underestimated in practice. She's warm, determined, and far more thoughtful than people give her credit for, especially when it comes to love. And a smartass.
A hilarious smartass.
Love her.
Yeah. We should be besties,
We
Miller.
should. So I hope she's a real person. I want to be her best.
Right?
All right, and then we have Coach Monty Montgomery, gruff, loyal, and absolutely the dad of the entire Windy City universe. He pretends not to care, but he's emotionally invested in everyone, and it shows, especially when it comes to his daughter, Miller. Isaiah Rhodes, confident, charming, and fully aware of it. He's all smooth edges and playful arrogance until someone challenges him, and suddenly he's catching feelings. Kenny,
and Kai's brother.
Oh, yes.
Isaiah and Kai.
Kai's little brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kenny or Ken K. Fierce, independent, and unimpressed by status or swagger. She knows who she is, what she wants, and won't shrink to make anyone comfortable. Rio DeLuca. Playful on the surface, quietly haunted underneath, he hides regret behind humor and charm, hoping no one notices how deeply he feels everything. Hallie Hal Hart. Strong, real, and refreshingly imperfect. She's honest about her flaws, unapologetic about her growth, and refuses to let the past define her future, no matter how tempting it is.
There's a lot. There's a lot of people.
A lot of people, a lot of books.
Yep.
Let's start with book 1.
Okay.
That was, let me get my notes.
Mile High.
I have notes on all
You have
these.
notes? Okay. Get your notes. Get your notes,
Hell
girl.
yeah, girl. This was too many damn books to not have notes.
But it's a great series.
Yeah, it really was. So, I did.
You had notes.
I did. Oh, maybe it's on a separate page. Hang on. Please hold. I did. It's right here. Separate page. I was like, where did it go? Here it is. Okay. So book 1 is Mile High. And this was when we were first picking our books to do the recordings. You were like, just read Mile High.
Yeah. Just read the first one.
And I'm like, okay, but this is like, you've read all of them. And so this was a reread for you.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, I love them all. And I'm like, well, I felt like I didn't want to be left out. That's kind of where I was at with it, because you could read all of these as standalones. I mean, I wouldn't recommend reading them out of order, because that wasn't really, not that you can't, but it really wouldn't make sense.
But I only suggested the first one because this is leaning more towards contemporary, so it didn't want you to like keel over and die if you had to read 5.
Right, which I get.
You're welcome.
But I was like, well, I'm going to read them all. I said, my plan is I'm going to read them all.
Okay.
We're going to read them all, and we're going to talk about them all. Because it felt like this series, it was kind of like thing. And she just finished the series, and she's not continuing the series. It's ending. And she just did a whole big birthday bash for herself to celebrate the ending of this series. Like, it was a big thing that she just did for herself. This is like a really big popular series. Like, it's really well known.
It sure is.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna read them all. So the first one, I read through it, and it is, I love the hockey romance. I love hockey romance. And Kai, it's Kai. No, Xander. I'm sorry, Xander's. Xander's, he was funny.
Oh God, he cracks me up.
He was humorous.
Mm-hmm.
He is absolutely an arrogant ass. He's covered in tats. And in the public eye, he's like the swab, has a chick every night type of the thing. And, that's the type of persona he has. And he has a BFF on the team that is completely opposite him, the family man, right? So they're like the duo, and that's how they are perceived in the public eye, whatever. But he also has a charity with his BFF, and nobody really knows his involvement with this charity. And it's really important to him because it's about foster children? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's for foster children. And it's a huge thing for him. It means the world to him. His father, as he has a sister that he was very close to, and he experienced, I'm hoping I'm on the right book here. He experienced a trauma in his childhood, right? Xander's.
Okay.
Right? And then his dad and mom split, and he had nothing to do with his dad?
No, he has nothing to do with his mom.
I mean, his mom.
Yeah.
And he was angry with his dad because, this is the right book. I was like, shit, am I did I read something else? So his dad really pushed him into the hockey, and they were very involved in the church, and he had experienced a unpleasant trauma at church camp, right?
Nope.
Is
wrong
this the wrong book?
Yeah.
What happened to him? Why did he hate his dad?
He didn't hate his dad.
He was angry with his father.
His mom left
him.
his dad for a rich guy, and so he was more upset with his mom.
Yeah, but didn't he have a trust? Oh no, that was a different book.
I know, right? There's too many freaking books. Anyway,
a totally different book.
he
Help
actually
me
has
out.
this total bad boy image to the press, and that's what he sells, but he's really quite a giving, kind-hearted person.
That's
but
right.
he
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
let
okay.
people see that.
Yeah. And then he also has a sister, right?
He does have a sister.
Okay, man, this is very in line with the other book. Okay. Whew. Okay. So he has this charity, whatever, but he's very he's close with his sister, he's close with his dad. His mom is a money-hungry POS who bailed on them when he was a kid, and then his dad kind of became absent.
Yeah, so
because
he was trying to work, and he
to
just
make
felt
up for it so that he could pay for Xander's to continue to go to hockey and whatever, because he basically lost whatever income he had when the mom was there, which wasn't a lot, but it was still that second income. Yeah. So she bailed, whatever. So she was a piece of crap.
So he felt totally abandoned by everyone.
Yeah, so he was, resentful and whatever to that. Then the team gets this new private plane for them to commute when they go to out of the area games, and that's when Millie and Stevie are hired to be
Stevie and Indy are the flight attendants.
Sorry, Stevie and Indy. God, there's too many damn characters.
Right.
To work on this plane as flight attendants.
We'll keep the characters right here for you to watch.
Thank you, Jesus. And the rule is they are not to fraternize with the players at all. Yeah. Well, of course, when Xander sees Stevie, he is instantly like, boner, like, I gotta have her. And of course, his buddy's like, no.
Yeah.
Leave her be.
He thinks, oh, she's gonna want me. And so when she comes up and says, excuse me, he's like, we don't do autographs. And she's like, great. Like, you're in the aisle to where you have to be able to...
The exit aisle.
Like, I have to give you a spiel.
Exit.
Are you ready to get the spiel? I don't want your goddamn autograph.
Yeah, because they have no idea that she is twin sister of Ryan Shea, who was like the star NBA player of all time in Chicago. Like, they have no idea.
He's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, basically. And so they don't know this. So, celebrity athletes mean nothing to her.
Yeah.
No big deal. And so he's like, wait, she's like not falling all over for me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, so I'm going to make her do everything as my flight attendant.
So he's like,
I'm going to make her my bitch.
Constantly like, I need a sparkling water with like 12,000 lemons or limes. Like, constantly.
He's such a diva.
Yeah. And she's like, the cooler's right there. He's like, I need you to get it.
Yeah.
That's like every fucking flight. So he's constantly on her ass for it until they end up. And then when they're in their, visitor town or whatever, and she goes to a bar to like watch her brother's game, and she's eating, and he shows up there, and he's like, well, hey, are you following me? And she's like, oh, no. Christ, like, I lost my fucking appetite, And he's like, well, I'm butthurt,
He's like, for real, no. Yeah.
So that kind of banter goes on throughout the book until they end up in bed together type of a thing. And
just supposed to be a one-time thing.
One-time thing, which never happens.
Yeah.
Never fucking happens. And she ends up standing up for him against his mom that shows up and helping him work through his emotional issues. And, his agent's a total D-bag and really
wants him to play this badass
continuing
bad boy
to push
role.
The whole role of this is the role you have to play, whatever, you can't have a relationship, whatever, because that's not the role you want. If you want to get re-signed with this team, which is what he wants, he doesn't want to leave the team, then you need to continue to portray this. And he's like, well, I can't, I don't want Stevie to lose her job. I can't fraternize, but I also can't have a relationship because I have to do this, blah, blah. He's like a freaking mess. And, he ends up losing her for a hot minute there. And, lives his best friend and partner, the captain of the hockey team, lives in the same building her brother lives in, and she's staying with her brother, finds out she's living there. It's really cute how they end up revolving and then coming together, and then he does this humongous gesture at the end. I think they win the playoffs or something, and
they're at the parade.
Parade, and it was cute. It was cute. I really liked the banter that they had. It did feel drawn out, and it was a little slow paced.
Okay.
It was a little long-winded, but I liked it. It was probably out of the 5, what did I say? It was my second favorite book.
Okay.
It was up there.
Okay.
Yeah. So Stevie, she's funny and she's grounded. And she's strong without being unrealistically invincible. She definitely has her flaws. She loves shopping secondhand and really pushes that. Like, he is so opposite. He's all about the name brands and everything under the sun.
He's a diva.
Total diva. And she's like, let's go shopping at the thrift store. And he's like, what the fuck? Shit like that. It's hilarious. But he is definitely a freaking hottie.
Yeah.
And he does have real world family issues. Like, those are things that are relatable.
Yeah.
That was cool. I liked that it wasn't so out there.
Right.
They weren't over the top with the whole unrealistic things, you know?
No, I agree.
Then there was Brett. Was he in there? Was Brett in that one?
Who's Brett?
Wasn't he her brother's teammate? Ryan's teammate that she dated in college. Yes, that was her college boyfriend, and she'd heard him. Yeah, she heard him talking.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Was it Ryan? Is it Ryan's? Oh, it's just Ryan's friend now.
Ryan's friend.
Not a teammate anymore. That's what I was like.
College,
okay,
college teammate.
Yes.
And
that's why she swore off.
Yeah, and
athletes. Yeah, he was.
She dated him when they were in college. They were all friends, and she heard him say something very mean about her while she was waiting for her brother in the locker rooms.
Yeah, he treated her like crap, and then was just like, I'm just biding my time with her.
Yeah, he would break up with her all the time to have other options, and then get back together with her. And she was just kind of like the puppy dog girlfriend. And she was just like, fuck that. And she never told Ryan this. So Ryan still continued to be friends with him, and he was trying to help the guy out and stuff. Like, that guy, total.
Why did she never tell her brother, her best friend, this? Fucking tell your brother.
I know. She totally should have. And I just kind of felt that whole... Everything about Brett was underdeveloped. That was the only downside to that.
Okay.
I felt that was a little underdeveloped.
Yeah, we could have done more. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like everything about that was just in and out. And that could have been more developed. But that was a great book. I really liked that. Okay. So the second book.
Yep. Now we got Indy, her flight attendant friend.
Okay, and this is funny because... The second book is The Right Move, and this is with Ryan, the twin sister to Stevie, and Indy, which is also Stevie's flight attendant friend and bestie. Indy was in a 6-year engagement relationship with someone, and she catches him cheating on her. So now she's out of a home, out of a place to live, and Stevie convinces her brother, who will do anything for her, to let Indy stay in this enormous apartment with him, and he hates having his space invaded. Fucking hates it.
He's definitely a little like...
And I'm laughing because you and someone else at work was like, oh my God, I love Ryan. I love this book. Yeah. I love this book. Like, it's, oh my God, it's my favorite in the group or whatever it was. So I'm like, okay, cool. And this was one of my least favorite in this series, which is, I didn't hate it, but it was not one of my favorites. I just felt it was a little bit boring overall, but he is so anti-relationship. He's celibate. Not that he's a virgin. He had his relationships. He was previously engaged, like all kinds of stuff. But he is so overly guarded and so antitrust, and only he takes his sister to like every event as his date, and it was a little much there. He was just too uptight for me. And I after learning what happened to him, I get it, but I'm thinking still a little OTP.
I think that's what, like, I like that he's over the top, that he's, super a personality, super controlled, everything. And then when you see them soften, you just love that. You're just like, okay. It's kind of like the Grump Sunshine type relationship. You're like, okay.
And it's funny because he even made a point to say something like he won't make bets because he won't make bets he might lose because he avoids emotional risk. He's a clean freak, he's cynical, and he's a recluse. All of those things, besides being red flags, were boring personality traits to me.
Oh, I loved him. And I loved him.
And another funny thing I found about like literally all 5 of these books, everyone was like emotionally unavailable until about 80% in the book. There was something about that 80% mark in the book where something triggered. At 80% in the book, things flipped. It was weird. But he literally...
But not the third book, not the guy in the third book, maybe the girl.
Yeah.
That's a different one. Yeah.
So in this book, at 80% in, that's when he becomes a little more emotionally available, I guess. Yeah. But it takes that long to get there. And once he's there, he finally owns his feelings. He starts verbalizing what he's already been doing for Indy, because he's been doing a lot of little things behind the scenes for her.
Yeah.
And allowing things, like he allowed her to like put color in his house and whatever, because he started learning things about her, and then he quietly started doing things for her to help her. But it takes until 80% into the book for us to find out certain things. And that's when I started to finally like him. It actually took that long into the book for me to actually finally start to like the guy.
Okay. I loved him. Loved him.
And unfortunately for me, that was just too late in the game. Too late in the game.
I need me some Ryan Shea.
As far as Indy goes, she started out strong. She was real, relatable, and warm. She's a lifelong caretaker and loyalist. Like with that 6-year relationship, although there was some aspects of it that I was a little questionable on.
Okay.
But then it switched. She just became this mess, and the constant fucking crying for her. No, I couldn't do it.
I loved how emotional she was.
I know.
That's kind of the whole thing with these sunshines. Like they have they're these sunshines because they're just full of emotions, and so
like one thing that annoyed me. And don't get me wrong, I didn't hate the book either. It was just one of my least favorites. But one thing that frustrated me was like when Ryan revealed to her that he was celibate while they were fake dating, because they had established a fake dating relationship for his job's sake, right? She immediately goes behind his back on a date with a random guy.
Yeah, because she's like, I'm good. I still want to get mine.
I get it, but they had established that he needed to have this relationship for his job. So why are you out in public on a date with some other dude?
I don't think she thought about it like that.
That's my point. You're an idiot. I can't do it.
Wow.
I cannot do it.
Okay.
And then the whole pregnancy misunderstanding, like when he sees the pregnancy test on the counter and assumes it's hers, instead of communicating, Indy just bails. She just bails.
You got to read the story. She's not even portraying that right. Like, no. Read the story. Yeah.
There are a lot of details involved in that, but
she's just like, she might be pregnant and he bailed. No, nothing like that. Nothing. Read her trauma too, remember?
She has trauma, absolutely, but stick around. Actually have a conversation. You know me in communication. If you fucking communicate, use your words. Use your words. Running away and hiding like a 2-year-old isn't going to do anything. Hiding your face in the blanket isn't going to make it go away.
I don't think she did that at all. She told him, okay, I saw how you reacted. That hurt me because you know how I feel about reactions like that. I'm going to take myself out of the equation for a bit. Very mature.
Whatever.
Okay, next. Book 3.
Book 3.
Daddy baseball.
Get there.
Okay.
Book 3.
Get
Caught
there.
up.
Yeah, there's a reaction I was waiting for. Daddy baseball.
Wendy's. Okay, so caught up. My favorite in the series.
Okay.
Book 3, my favorite.
Miller, definitely my favorite FMC out of the whole series.
Yeah, I just felt like it had the strongest combination of storyline, characters, and chemistry.
Okay.
Out of all 5 books with the characters and everything. Okay. There was a predictable structure, but it was emotionally satisfying.
Okay.
I felt.
I liked it, yeah.
I mean, all the books, there was some kind of a literal predictable structure I've noticed in all of them, which is fine.
Yeah.
I think that's very common, I think, in contemporary, and it was fine. You know what I did find? And I appreciated Liz Tomforde for this, was her sports accuracy in her terminology. So like in book 1, she was very correct in her terminology with hockey. In book 2, same with the basketball terminology. In book 3, the baseball terminology. I was pleasantly surprised with that, because you don't always get that, especially when you have an author who's going to write. They don't always write multiple sports genres, especially in one series. It'll be like hockey, and they're all hockey books, right?
Yeah.
So the terminology would make sense, because obviously they've studied enough to know that, right? But here we have hockey, basketball, baseball, and all in one series in 5 books.
Yeah.
And so she has the terminology for all of them. And I was impressed that she was able to do that, because
I didn't even realize you looked at the sports terminology. I figured you skipped it all.
You'd be surprised what I studied. Yeah, so because when there were certain things. So I'm a hockey person, so I know my hockey terminology. I played baseball, so I understand baseball terminology. Basketball, I know a little bit, but not all of it. So there were a few things that I was like, not entirely sure. And I would look it up, and I was like, oh, okay. So I was impressed. I was like, oh, well, look at that. She like, no shit.
Oh.
So
yeah, I know most sports. Hockey would probably be my least, but all the other sports, I'm very well versed on their terminology.
Yeah, with hockey, there's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
But I'm learning some of that stuff. Yeah,
yeah. There's a lot of shit involved with hockey.
I need to go to a game now.
You do. Yeah, I would love to take you to a game.
Okay, we'll do it.
We would have so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really cold in there?
It's cold.
For real cold?
Yes.
God, okay.
Yeah, when I wear my beanie and gloves, it's for a reason.
Okay.
It is chilly.
Good to know.
It's chilly.
Okay.
But I'm always cold too, so. I mean, it's not freezing, but it's cold.
Okay.
It's a little.
Good to know.
It's a little cold. But anyway, so I was impressed with the fact that with all the mixture of sports, she was able to keep that terminology straight, and it wasn't like excessive, but it was enough for me to take note. So with Miller, you know me.
Yeah.
I love my strong FMCs, but she is rough around the edges.
Sarcastic as fuck.
Yeah. And
God, it's so great though.
Yeah, she's like my favorite flavor of FMC. Right there. Nailed it. Heavy sarcasm, wit, and intelligence. She has flaws and isn't polished and perfect, and it felt real, layered, and consistent. Right?
Agree.
And then Malachi Kai, he's sexy, broody, protective, deeply caring, especially as a father. He's emotionally present most of the way through, which is a huge improvement versus books 1 and 2. I felt.
Well, because this one, you got, like the other books 1 and 2, you kind of got the guy being like, no, 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 and then 80% flip. This one, you got the other way now. It's the guy that's all in, and no, 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 the girl, Miller, 80%, and then flip.
Yep.
So different perspective this time.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the few MMCs so far that I generally loved most of the way through.
Yeah, she's great.
Then there's Max, which is Kai's son.
Baby Max.
Little Max.
Yeah.
He added a new emotional depth without feeling gimmicky, I felt.
Okay.
Coach Monty, Millie Miller being his adopted daughter.
Yeah.
Wasn't biological. So you have that found family layers, emotional grounding, stakes without unnecessary drama. I just felt like all of it well-rounded, start to finish, even though you still get the whole typical him and her split, but it was a natural, there was a reason, it was planned, and it was a fight because it was like neither one of them wanted them to go, but they had to, and yet they'd come back together.
Okay.
Type of a thing. So it wasn't like a drama of like, I don't want to be with you. It doesn't work out, but I still need you. Type of a thing. Like I felt like one, like you usually get. And this was a different type of leaving each other and coming back together because because it was her job. Yeah. And it was like she was burning out, but she still had a job to do, and it was planned. And so she went to it, and he just, I want you to go be successful, and
no, you have a home here if you ever decide to come back. Yeah.
And that's kind of like where it was kind of, they tested that boundary and yet still ended up back together. So it was kind of like not the normal, the other ones where they have some kind of blowout or whatever, fight or whatever. This was a different kind of separation. Yeah. It was cute. I liked it a lot. Okay. Moving on to book 4. Okay. Moving right along.
There's lots of them, guys.
Lots of them, yeah. And it just, their story was very cute. And that one was baseball. And Miller, she was a pastry chef. Burned out when they first met. Him, Kai, and Isaiah in the elevator at 9 a.m. in the hotel. She's double fisting beers because she just quit her job. Yeah. And she's like, fuck it. Yeah.
So great. Yeah, she's great.
And they were just like, oh, God. And that's why when they finally realized she was the new nanny for Max,
he's like, losing his shit. No.
Like, no, you cannot. She's an alcoholic kind of thing. Like, you can't have this chick who drinks at 9 a.m. watching my son. It was so funny. Yeah. And she's just like, really? So that became like an ongoing banter about, I have a drink. Is it too late in the day for you? Shit like that. She's like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. It's like noon. Yeah. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
It was really humorous. So book 4, Play Away.
Which surprised me because you did not, in your descriptions that I read, you didn't put kind of what trope it is where you did the other ones.
Probably because it was my least favorite book.
Oh, okay. Well, the trope would be like surprise drunken marriage time. One of those tropes. Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
I liked it.
Yeah. So I'm
all about the marriage stuff. You know me.
Coworker, Katie. Yeah. Love.
Yeah.
You guys are on the same page with the ranking of these books.
Yeah.
So this one, Isaiah, which is Kai's little brother, is obsessed with Kennedy. Yeah. Who is their team
physical therapist.
But she was supposed to be hired as their doctor. Yeah. But the current head doctor there, when she went in for the interview, found out she was a woman and was like, oh, I ain't hiring a woman. And they were like, well, you have to offer her a position anyway because we're already at that level. So he removed the ability or that position, no doctors, but you can be a PT. Well, she had already moved to Chicago and was like, well, fuck it. I need my foot in the door. Yeah. So she went
he treats her like a slave.
Yeah, basically. It's awful. Yeah. So she's been with the team for a few years now. And Isaiah, he's smitten with her and has been. But she was already engaged. She had a wedding ring on. But this is kind of like an arranged marriage because she comes from family and she has no desire to be with this dude. And so he just flirts with her surface because he knows she's engaged or whatever. Well, it turns out that at some point in this book, the wedding ring or the engagement ring comes off because he ends up, this fiance of hers ends up calling it off because he's going to marry her sister now because he's been sleeping with the sister. Yeah. And she's like, it's a whole gross, convoluted, hoity-toity rich people problem thing. Like, it's gross. And so when he finally realizes that, oh my God, you're not engaged anymore, he goes like all in because he is like Mr. Suave, like he's banging chicks all the time type thing. So at this point, he decides to basically go celibate. Yeah. Right? And he is all in and he is like hardcore pushing the flirt. And I want to date you. And she's totally resilient to him. And she's really good at putting him in his place a lot. And does it professionally and well. And Isaiah, it's cute. They had lost their mom in a car accident in a storm, a really heavy storm when they were children. So he has this fear of storms. So anytime there's a storm around, he can't sleep and he's pacing and he's calling his brother and his, anyone who's close to him, his two buddies on the team, to ensure that they're home and they're not leaving. No one's going to be out in the storm. It's a fear of his. So this is something that Kennedy becomes aware of later on in their storyline.
Yeah.
And helps him through that.
And that's one of my favorite parts of this book, where he's freaking out because he can't get a hold of her. And he's like, I'm going to have to go and drive and find her and make sure she's okay, which he doesn't do in a storm. And she comes in wet because she ran, because she
knows that
the 12 blocks to get to him.
He wouldn't want her to drive.
Yeah. And she's soaking wet. And I was like, I just love that.
Which was towards the end of the story. So they end up in Vegas together separately. She's there for her sister's engagement party, and he's there for a guy's weekend type of a thing. And they happen to run into each other. And he knows she doesn't want to be there, so he kind of gets her drunk.
Yeah.
And
let's go get a drink. Yeah.
Let's go get a drink. And they drink
a lot.
Heavily. To a point where she's so drunk, she doesn't know what is happening.
Yeah, and she was like, let's get married.
Yeah. So basically, that's what happens. They have your typical drunk marriage in Vegas. And they wake up the next day, and she's got that wedding ring on her finger, and she's like,
oh, fuck.
Oh, dear God.
I can't lose my job. Now we have to actually stay married.
Well, yeah. So at first they're thinking we can annul it. But by that point, when they start figuring out how we can, terminate this marriage or annul the marriage, it had already gotten out in public, and the owner of the team and all that stuff had learned. So now they have to play it off.
Yep.
Now they have to play it off as this is something that was planned. They've been together. So that way she won't lose her job.
Yeah.
And so they're in it to win it now. And that's how their relationship starts to build from that. And that's how she learns about his fears. And she's kind of working on him. And there's always Sunday family dinners where even though all these people are on separate teams, they all somehow come together because they all lived in the same building, or they all know someone from someone. So they all become, family Sunday dinners together. And Kai ended up buying a house outside of the apartments. And then who was the other one? Bought another house out there?
So it was Ryan. Ryan ended up buying it for Indy. And
that's
then,
right.
So
so there was two of them ended up with houses outside of the city, or just outside of city limits. So they ended up going to, family dinners. So she became a part of that group. And, and like she was saying about the storm, it was a heavy storm that was happening. And
there's just some very cute moments in all the books.
Yeah, and she was even trying to get a job as an actual doctor at a team in San Francisco. And she was offered the position. And
turned it down.
Yeah, but they thought she didn't get the job.
Yeah.
But it turned out she had turned it down so that she could stay in Chicago.
Yeah.
So lots of those moments because she, and she has an infertility issue and she had been trying to save all of her money so that she could have her eggs harvested so that she could actually have a baby if she needed to. Do you remember that? I
don't remember that part for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so when she had explained all of this is why the whole pregnancy thing was a whole issue with them. She ran and told, Ryan paid.
You're on the wrong book, girlfriend.
Again?
There's too many.
I'm pretty sure this was her. I thought she had an infertility issue.
Indy does.
Yeah.
This is Kay.
I'm sorry. I'm already on the wrong book.
I was all, what are we talking about? Indy does.
Oh, Indy did. Yeah.
Indy. This is Kenny.
Too many characters.
Right.
Indy, so going backwards a little bit, Indy.
Yeah,
right?
that was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was they had
their own
infertility issues. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I want
Again, read that whole pregnancy thing where she was like, she just took off. There was a whole thing. There was a whole story.
What book are we on right now? Book 4?
We're on Isaiah and Kenny.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The baseball people.
Girl. You need some coffee? I'll get you some. I'll make you some.
Shit. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, they ended up staying married. It was really cute.
Yeah.
It was a cute story, but not my favorite
Okay.
at all. I don't even know why. It was lovable and loyal, and it was emotionally open. I give it that. Maybe that's the issue.
You hate lovable and emotionally open?
Maybe.
Oh, terrible.
Maybe.
Terrible.
You know, I love that he relentlessly pursued her for more than 3 years.
Yeah.
He gave her time, devotion. He did give her, even when they weren't like married, his dead mother's wedding ring.
Yeah.
And that right there was like, I'm all in no matter what.
Yeah.
And she still, that's what irritated me too, is like, you still don't get it? He's seriously into you.
Yeah.
This isn't a joke to him. This isn't a fake thing. And
Yeah.
she was still blinded by the whole, well, this is just temporary. No, no, it wasn't. So on paper, it was brilliant and strong, accomplished. That's what she is. But in execution, she came across weak, weird, and annoying to me.
Oh, okay.
See, I
think she came across cold because that's how she was raised by these hoity-toity rich foo-foo people. So, yeah.
I felt
and I think he showed her how to not be cold.
I felt that Isaiah and Kennedy were both extremely powerful side characters in every book, but weak main characters.
And that's how I feel about Rio DeLuca. Yeah.
That is so funny. And I disagreed.
And I won't say hated. Like his book, least favorite.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So moving on to the final book, book 5, Rewind It Back, which is Rio DeLuca and Hallie Hart. Which is funny because you and I think Katie, this was not one of your favorites in the series.
No. Least favorite.
This was my second favorite.
Oh no. He was
second or third. It's tied.
He was so.
Book 1 and 5 are tied for second place to me.
He was so through the whole series because he's in all of these books. Mm-hmm. He was such a jokester and hanging out with the girls and having girl nights,
which was hilarious.
Yeah, and he's hilarious. Like he's doing all the things they're doing and being the total like girly girl, and then being like, I'm gonna be the last one. And then in this
constantly
book,
looking for someone.
Yeah.
Why don't I have a woman?
Yeah.
Why don't I have a woman?
Nobody's ever gonna let me. And then in this book, he's like totally serious and almost kind of a daddy dom, and I'm all no,
because that's who he is. That's who he always was deep down. And that whole jokester was the surface. That's the face he put on for everyone. That's not who he is.
No,
but so in book 5,
couldn't get into it.
So in book 5, interesting. Okay, I'm just checking out my notes. What did I say
about book 5?
So this is what I meant. But so this is a second chance romance.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and this is not typically a favorite trope of mine. I am not normally a fan of second chance romance.
Okay.
So that's why it's kind of funny that I enjoyed the story as much as I did. But it succeeded because the history between him and Hallie.
Oh, yeah.
See what I mean?
It's a thing. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Say whatever the fuck you want. Who cares?
Hallie. The history felt earned and not contrived. And there was no unnecessary melodrama, in my opinion.
Okay.
The reconciliation aligned with who these characters already were. So they met in childhood. They were neighbors. They had a secret relationship because
best friend. She was.
Right?
He was her brother's best friend. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's the sister of the neighbor of the neighbor. So it was her and her brother living next door to him. He was always playing hockey on the street. The brother played lacrosse.
Yeah.
And so he was instantly attracted to her. I think she was like 11, he was 12. And he always would include her. And the brother was like, you don't got to include her. And he's like, yeah, we're going to include her.
Yeah.
And as they got older, the attraction was there, and they ended up having, and she was definitely like googly eye with him, right?
Yeah.
And they
were planning like a whole life and everything. Like,
yeah. And they would secretly meet on the roof on her birthday.
Yeah.
Every year. Because their bedrooms were practically like right there, so they could climb on each other's roofs type things, and they would watch the stars together. Like, it was really a cute little childhood
it was cute
relationship that they had. And then I can't remember what happened, why they did.
Hallie, I have the hardest time saying that now. Hallie walked in on her mom having an affair with his dad.
That's right. Okay, that's right.
And when he found out that she knew and didn't tell him right away, because there's a whole thing with that, you got to read it.
That's right. He
was upset with her. He's like, you betrayed me. Yeah.
Yeah. So even his mom, who they treated her like their own child, didn't want anything to do with her. They all kind of dumped the blame on her
for not telling.
As the secret keeper and intentionally destroying their family, because her mom was sleeping with his dad.
Yeah. Because their whole families are all besties. So, yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't know that her dad had just been diagnosed
with cancer.
And her mom was kind of like, well, I need.
And then she's like, you can't tell your dad.
Yeah.
It will kill him.
Yeah.
With what this is a kid. She's not even, I think, 18 yet. This will kill him. Like, she's literally thinking, I can't say anything to anyone because my dad's going through chemo. He's going to die. Yeah.
And I can't do anything to help kill my dad. Like, she was put in such a predicament.
Yeah.
And she was the only one in the family, because the brother was kind of like absent in a way, because that was his way of dealing. And so she was doing all the research.
Starting to live his life, yeah.
And she was trying to do all the research of what she needs to do to help her dad, the doctors, and all this other stuff, while the mom was obviously out fucking the neighbor.
Yeah.
And his mom and dad have been childhood lovers.
Yeah.
They've been in love since childhood. So that destroyed him when it came out like 2 weeks later.
Because he was always like, this is the type of marriage I want to have.
Yeah,
like
he based everything off of that. And when it came out that she knew, he was done and wanted nothing to do with her. So he went away to college, and she was like destroyed. Like, oh my God. So they hadn't talked in like years. And so she had come back she got a job in Chicago interning. She's always, her whole life, wanted to be an interior designer. And so she's interning for this major interior designer. And she had just designed the neighbor to Rio. She just redid that house. And he saw it and was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I need the number to this designer so that I can redo my house. So when you sell yours, mine's just as good and would get a good value, blah, blah, blah. So when he finds out who it is, he's like, oh, hell no. But at the same time, he's like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like, he's torn.
Well, then you go back and realize he kind of bought the house.
Yeah,
her.
You learn that because they were planning a whole family and life together, and he always wanted a family with her. So he bought this house with basically her in mind, even though he wasn't with her. He still had her in mind with that family. So it's a very plain house so that she could design the house. So he ends up hiring her anyway, even though she had to go beg him for the job because he was going to not hire her. And her employer was like, we need you to have this big job if you're going to stay on.
Yeah.
So that's how their relationship rebuilt together was, and then they learned the truth about each other, et cetera, about the past and, what her mom threatened her with and, who knew what. And then she ended up going because he ended up stopped talking to his mom because she was so anti-Hallie. And he's like, I can't have this. She's my everything. And so Hallie ended up flying to his mom and actually sitting down and being like, look, this is killing your son, and I just want to get off what happened to me, and you were like a mom to me, and I have nothing to do with my mom, blah, blah, blah. And they reconciled.
Yeah.
And it was, I just thought, beautifully done. And I know you didn't care for how his personality came out in that book because it was very different than how he was portrayed in books 1 through 4, which it is because he was always the little lighthearted, fun guy. But again, that's how he was portraying himself to the outside world.
It's not like I hated it. It was just my least favorite of all.
Yeah. I didn't dislike any of them, but if you're going to like rank them and stuff, this was obviously not your favorite.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a read. All 5.
Yeah.
All
good,
5.
Good books.
In order.
Yeah.
In order.
What would you rank them? Your favorites. Most favorite to least favorite. Give me a ranking. You would say 3 as your number 1? As your fave? Malachi's?
Oops.
Kai's?
My rankings. Book 3 was my favorite. That stole the entire series for me.
Okay.
Book 5 would be my second favorite.
Oh, okay.
Book 1 is my third. Book 2 is my fourth. And then book 4 is my least.
I'm 2, 1, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I love Ryan.
I know, it's so funny because you're not alone in that either. You're not alone in that either. There's one more thing I want to do before we end our episode.
Okay.
This is going to be a little bit of a longer episode, and I'm sorry, but it was 5 books. I want to do Miller's Bakery, Dessert Edition.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
So because Miller is a baker, we're going to pretend that she created a custom dessert for each book or couple in the Windy City series. Okay.
Yep.
So here we go. Book number 1, Mile High, Xander's and Stevie.
Okay.
What's your dessert?
Baked Alaska. It's cake base topped with layers of ice cream and meringue with a brown torch top. So I was like, it's just over the top and so much going on, which exactly sounds like Stevie and Sanders.
Oh my
so
God,
much going on.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It actually looks interesting. Like you should look it up, a baked Alaska. Like it cuts like a
I've
pie.
heard of it, but I've never
all
actually
different
looked at it.
Layers of ice cream in there. Like it's interesting. Yeah.
Ooh.
What do you got?
I did a big ass Southern chocolate chip cookie with flaky sea salt, served with sparkling water and an obnoxious amount of lime.
Lime. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because Stevie starts out nibbling like she shouldn't exist and ends up eating the whole cookie without apologizing, while Xander's is flashy, confident, and absolutely judging everyone from behind his bougie lime water.
Okay.
Thrift shop heart, luxury level confidence, 0 regret.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, book 2, The Right Move, Ryan and Indy.
A trifle. So this is a classic British layered dessert in a crystal bowl, and it's frequently referred to as sort of stuffy or old school, and that's how I feel like Ryan is. And plus, there was many layers there. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I did a plain vanilla cake with white whipped frosting, but layered with blueberries as the filling, and then someone aggressively dumped rainbow sprinkles all over it. Because Ryan is emotionally controlled, bland, and allergic to vulnerability, while Indy, the color blue, is pure chaos who cries at everything and refuses to live in a neutral color palette. It's orderly cake meets emotional confetti. Okay. Exhausting, messy, and somehow still edible.
Okay. All right.
Okay, book 3, Caught Up with Kai and Miller.
Pineapple upside down cake. Okay. Classic, but upside down, where fruit and sugar are at the bottom, kind of like their relationship. Like there's so much fucking banter and sarcasm. The sugar, the sweet part of it comes at the end.
Oh, shit. I said a decadent, slightly unhinged croissant stuffed with espresso cream and dark chocolate. Because Kai is all control and responsibility, holding everything together, while Miller is loud, artistic chaos who will absolutely have a drink at 9 a.m.,
Yes.
but will still run her life flawlessly. It's rich, bold, high skill chaos wrapped in discipline. And somehow it still works perfectly.
I love it.
Book 4. Play along with Isaiah and Kennedy.
Okay, I did a sorbet because it's a frozen dessert, very cold, smooth, icy experience. I feel like that was kind of Kenny. She's a little bit cold, smooth, icy, but I think she'd have frosted a little bit at the end with
That's
Isaiah.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I did a champagne-soaked eclair with gold dust and a hidden berry filling. It's flashy, impulsive, and berry Vegas on the outside.
Vegas.
But real substance. Isaiah's big heart, storm anxiety, and giving up his mother's wedding ring is tucked inside and takes a while to reach. Okay, book 5. Rewind it back, Rio and Hallie.
Okay, I did a lemon bar because it represents the often passive-aggressive, bright and happy exterior that masks internal sourness and unhappiness, which we found out kind of what was going on
Yeah.
with Rio. He had this
Okay.
a little bit of internal struggle, but he didn't show it till his book, and we were like, wait, what are we doing here? Yeah.
Okay, I did a classic Italian cannoli. Crisp shell, sweet ricotta filling, dusted just enough to be perfect. Why?
Okay.
Because they're old school, family rooted, and have only ever chosen each other. So this is a dessert that doesn't need reinvention to be incredible. Crunchy on the outside, full of heart on the inside, second chance love done exactly right.
Yeah.
And he's Italian. I mean, that's what it is. He's all about that Italian family, and they do those family things in their, you know, what is it? Every week they do the family dinner in the neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the Windy City. We'll see you next time.
Bye.